Mm-hmm.
My name is Jamila, and I believe that we can change our behavior around race. I want to just share a story with you. Throughout my younger years, I was always kind of involved in interracial activities. I went to an interracial school, and I was involved around correcting race matters and activist types of programs. And many of those programs, you end up with a discussion, you come together, and many times there wasn't too much follow-up. Well, as my life went on, many years later, I found a faith called the Baha'i faith. And so in the Baha'i faith, I was excited in my investigation of the faith to find out that one of the principles of the faith was eliminating all prejudice, and that racism was a disease inherent, and that we can eliminate that disease and cure that disease one heart at a time. And so I was very excited when I became a Baha'i to realize this was part of the faith, and that was part of my belief system, and that I was joining people. Can you hold? Or winded? Good. Okay. My name is Jamila, and I believe that we can change our behavior around race. My story is about after many years of being involved in interracial meetings and gatherings, to join a faith, the Baha'i faith, that the principle is that we are to eliminate all prejudices. Racism is the most challenging issue, and it is an innate disease that can be cured. So in the first thing, as I became a Baha'i, my first experience was to go to a conference, and I was so excited about it. It was a interracial conference dealing with race matters. And so I was excited because I was going to be with people that had eliminated racism. That was my understanding, because they were Baha'is. So the one thing that during the conference they were talking about relationships, and they were talking about healthy marriages and people being all one. And someone made a comment and said, well, you know, in this faith, the healthiest relationships are interracial marriages. Well, of course, at that point, I was livid. Because if a healthy relationship is interracial marriage, then that means my parents didn't have a healthy relationship because they were of the same race. So I was very upset with that conference. And I was in a big dilemma because I drove and rode in a car with nothing but white women to that conference. And it was about a 6 to 7 hour drive. So of course I was upset, and I did not want to be in that car with them, because here I was again saying, oh my goodness, we're never going to get over this racism thing. But the thing that occurred for me was this. When afterwards, when they spoke with me about it, and I told them I hated the conference, and I shared my feelings, I told them not to come near me, and I never wanted to talk to them again. I was feeling, here we are, we'll never get over it, we'll never change. A few days later, the women began to call me, talk to me to see how I was feeling. They gave me my space to heal and process. And the grateful thing that I thought that was revealed to me, that I'm no longer in an organization that is working towards changing race matters and changing race issues. I was in a faith that believed that God said. And when I put that into context, I said, God says this, and these people believe this, then we have a framework to work with that's far beyond us. And so that's what we did. We worked together. We talked together. I shared my heart. I listened to their perspective. They apologized to me, first of all, by that statement being made. That was not an accurate statement to be made, and that was a personal opinion. That wasn't something that's a principle or valued or a quote from the faith. So once I had that dialogue, and once the healing took place, the friends that I really thought I was going to enjoy and love, and those were going to be my gang, my girlfriends that I was going to hang with, I realized it was possible. That we were both committed to a process that's possible. And that possibility is to realize it's a spiritual problem. and that we can do something about it, one heart at a time. And when you come into those roads, those crossroads, address them. Give people space, but don't drop them, because I was ready to drop out. And in many cases that has happened in the past, people would say things in those other organizations and drop out. So this, to me, lets me know that there is a way to change the behavior of racism. There is hope to eliminate racism. And for me, I'm excited that I'm in a process that I know there's a change. And the change took place because these are still my best girlfriends. And we talk, and our kids grew up together. We love each other. And when we get to hurdles, we talk about them. And that's how we can grow to heal the issues and the impact of what we've gone through in this country.